So it looks like things are heating up for Treyarch's next Call of Duty Zombies game because there is a lot of activity going on lately to do with the development of that game, specifically for the Zombies portion, but the multiplayer side, Warzone as well. And the reason why it feels different this time around, because of course this happens every year with every Call of Duty that we get. The studios are always taking on new developers, but compared to the previous Zombies games, not really including Vanguard, but Cold War, BO4, 3, that's about as far as I can remember. For each and every one of those games, Treyarch have recruited for the Zombies side, but to be honest, I don't ever remember there being this much activity. Something feels different, and we do know there has been a shift within Treyarch lately. A lot of developers have left. Most of that took place between BO4 and Cold War, the main one of course being Jason Blundell, who was the head of Zombies. He went off to start his own game studio, which was Deviation Games, and a lot of other developers also left Treyarch at that time and went to work with Jason at Deviation. So between BO4 and Cold War, loads of developers left. After Cold War, some more developers left. Since then we had Vanguard, which isn't a full Treyarch game. Yes, the Zombies portion is, but as far as I'm aware, that was mainly built up by the multiplayer developers, not the Zombies devs. And ever since then, ever since 2020, Treyarch have been working on their next game, which is due to come out actually next year now, because, well, we are in 2023, the game's coming out in 2024. We are just under 2 years away. If you haven't been very happy with the products that Treyarch have released for Zombies lately, if you didn't like Vanguard Zombies or Cold War Zombies or even BO4, I would say don't hold their next game on the same regard, just because of the amount of changes that have happened for the Zombies department at Treyarch, the amount of people that have left and the amount of people that they're now hiring. I think, and this is just my prediction, but we are going to see something big and something quite different to what we've seen from Zombies lately. Given the extra year development time and a ton of new employees, I think Treyarch for the Zombies mode are cooking up something big, and that's even without mentioning the Microsoft acquisition. If that takes place, we don't fully know what's going to happen to COD, but one thing I've said is that could also mean a bigger budget for the Zombies mode. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on, but over on Twitter, there are loads of different articles and tweets you can find about this. PC Games End titled theirs, "New COD Zombies mode could be coming as Treyarch ups undead-related recruitment." And Hitmarker posted this, where as you can see their tweet says, "Are you an expert in all things zombies? Treyarch have increased their hiring for game dev and game design positions on the COD Zombies team." So like I said, we knew they were hiring before I made a video on it a month or two ago, but Treyarch have now upped that and opened up even more positions. I'm not too sure how many new developers they're taking on, but it seems like an awful lot compared to what they usually would between games. Yes, this always happens. Whenever a new game comes out, and this is any game studio really, you're going to want to take on new developers as each and every project gets bigger, and their next Call of Duty game does feel like it's going to be a big one. So they were always going to take on new developers anyway, but now they're taking on even more. And if this is happening, they must be cooking up something big for the COD Zombies mode. If they need additional developers, more than what they initially wanted, then obviously they're needed for something. There must be a lot of work that they're doing with this Zombies game to need all of these new devs. And as far as what new positions have opened, Treyarch just posted this where they said, "We're hiring and have opened up positions in engineering, design, production, art animation, and audio across LA, Austin, and Vancouver." And as you can see, there are tons of new positions opened, and some of these are for multiplayer as well. But as far as Zombies goes, they're looking for a senior Zombies gameplay engineer, a lead Zombies game designer. I literally just saw this post the other day from one of their new employees where he said first day of work 2023. And if you just go onto the job listings, you can see a few of them here. And the description for some of these is pretty interesting. It might give us a little inkling as to what we could be expecting and what they expect from their new devs. For the lead Zombies gameplay designer, the job description they've put out is, "Treyarch is looking for a lead game designer to help build and then guide a design group to craft Zombies game experiences for our ongoing and future projects. This role is pivotal to creating a team and environment that thrives on developing AAA game content, collaborating with the Zombies team. This position will help shape the future of Zombies gameplay experiences." And when you look at the what you'll do section, some of the points are collaborate with Zombies leadership to define and articulate product vision, and create, implement, and iterate on designs supporting the vision of Zombies. Another one of their positions is for a senior level designer for Zombies, but again, just looking at some of the points, you'll collaborate with developers across multiple subject areas to design spaces that balance realism and a fantastic nature of Zombies while supporting the tone and vision of our maps. Could that give us a hint as to what we are seeing next in Zombies? I guess realism would go with the game as a whole and Zombies, but they also say you need to balance that with the fantastic nature of Zombies, which is what Zombies is. Zombies is part realism, part whatever the imagination wants it to be. I would say it was more crazier back during the BO3 and 4 days, but now especially in Cold War and Vanguard, it's moved more towards the realism end again, but still it's got that fantastic nature, that outlandishness. You also need to work close with game design, systems design, and engineering to create spaces that leverage new and existing zombies features, and contribute to ideas on everything from wonder weapons to new perks, which obviously you'd expect, that's what zombies is. For every new map, or we used to anyway, we had new perks, we have new wonder weapons, so that's what the senior level designer will have to contribute towards, coming up with new ones for the next game. And another position they're looking at is a lead zombies gameplay engineer. The job description is, in this role, you'll be responsible for managing the technical vision and strategy for zombies content in our games. The ideal candidate will be able to communicate this vision effectively to the zombies engineering team, as well as across other groups such as the animation and design teams, to bring innovative zombies characters and game features to life. You will lead our zombies engineering team by example, helping to choose, design and implement cutting-edge systems to accomplish this vision. As a successful engineer in this position, you should be able to quickly get familiar with existing code bases and systems and be able to, okay, I'm not going to read the rest because I don't know anything about that. But then if we look at the what you'll do points, you'll have to work with and manage a zombies engineering team to craft development of innovative zombies content systems and experiences. And there are even more positions, so even though we haven't actually had any big leaks yet, you wouldn't expect us to anyway because we are still quite a way to go. Usually leaks for Call of Duties come about 10 months before the game comes out, a year at most. We are still almost 2 years away from the next COD, about 1 year and 10 months, so potentially around 10 months before we get our first leaks. So with that, we don't really know anything about it, but surely with a longer development time, we've seen what Treyarch have been able to produce with 2-year development times or 3 years, so having 3 to 4 years now, because they would have started working on this game as soon as Cold War came out. Cold War came out at the end of 2020. The next game shouldn't be coming out until the end of 2024. That's 4 years after the release of their next game. So 3 to 4 years since Cold War finished, that's a long time to develop COD, and especially zombies. For me, that combined with all of these new developers they're taking on and the experience of, I would say, a more experimental zombies that we've seen in Cold War and Vanguard. Zombies during BO3 and 4 felt more settled, like they knew where they were going. Cold War and Vanguard felt like, okay, we're just going to try different things here and see what works. So now that they've gone through that process, and hopefully they've found where they want to go with this mode, all of this can be implemented into their next product to create potentially the best zombies we've ever seen. Hopefully. And hey, if it doesn't end up being that good, then I suppose we've always got the older games to go to, which by this point we've probably overplayed. But that's the thing with zombies, you can never really get tired of it if you play it in moderation. So I'm not really too worried either way, even though I really do think it's going to be good. We look at the downsides that Cold War had, the main issue being the lack of content, as people said. That surely can't be an issue in the next game. So if they fix that one thing, yeah, there's still a long way to go, but it looks good. So yeah, there we go. Pretty exciting in my opinion. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hopefully you've enjoyed the video today. If you have, drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest content on the channel. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.